there was, or were you guys prepped that there was going to be, more challenges similar like the swimming challenges and the rope climbing challenges? Were you told that during the auditions, or did you just kind of go into it with an open mind?
Definitely went into it with an open mind. None of us knew how it was going to go, like what the show was going to be like, really. We knew like a general kind of thing, but I thought there would be a lot more wrestling involved, wrestling training. It came towards the end, there was more, but like you said at the start, it was more challenges focused on certain things like courage and stamina, and I think it all had to do with it, though. It all had a way of coming back around to qualities that divas and superstars would need to have. So I see there's a method in the madness. I didn't really know what to expect, but I loved every minute. I really did. I think that it was a great thing to be a part of.
Okay, recently we've been seeing an influx of more Australian wrestlers, especially divas in the WWE. Emma, Casey Cassidy, who's now going by Peyton Royce, and Jessie McKay, who's going by Billie Kay. If at any time during this, did they reach out to you, and were you giving any pointers from them or any other divas in the WWE or NXT?
Yeah, I connected with the girls training at the Performance Center. I saw the girls there quite a bit, the girls in NXT. Emma did a nice shout out to me. She had an interview with Renee, I believe, or it might have been The Miz. And she said that I was her pick and she was supporting me. So that was lovely of her to do that. Emma definitely inspired me, being like the first Australian girl to make it to the main roster. When I put through my application, I just thought to myself, oh, if she can do it, like, why can't I, So she was definitely motivation to me to put through that initial application. So, I'm glad to have her on my side. I know Paige definitely showed some support. She saved me the week before I was eliminated. I'm really thankful for her support as well. Who else did me a shout out? Carmella from NXT. She showed some support. I was her pick to win. I've been really lucky with all the support I've had, especially from back home, the UK as well, Italy even. I was born in England before I moved to Australia, so lots of the UK got behind me. And my dad is also Italian, so lots of Italy was supporting me as well. I am shocked when it comes down to the voting side of things. I did think I would have more votes than I did. But, I can only do so much, and that side of it I didn't really have control of. So hopefully I can get through to the WWE Universe in the future and have a little bit more support.
Now, when you were doing the entrance challenge, you drew the character of Bitchy Boss. You seem like you're a nice person, so was it kind of fun to play the heel for you, or would you have preferred to get a face there?
It was so much fun. I definitely see me being a heel in the future. I enjoy playing something that's not me, You hear a lot of wrestlers are the same, It's a chance for you to show a different side of you and have fun with it. And, I loved every minute of that Bitchy Boss entrance. I really think I made a statement with that one. Everyone has been tweeting me about that. They want to see it again.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure you have 3 other fans right here of the Bitchy Boss. We're all big heel supporters, so I was a fan of that as well.
Now, Sarah, throughout the show, has just constantly pointed out that she's not a model, not a bikini model. Do you feel that you had to prove more because those comments were made so often? Or did it come across as if it was downplaying your talent because of your looks?
Yeah, it was extremely frustrating, the fact that was thrown around so much. The fact that I'm just a bikini model and I'm there for my looks and whatnot. because in reality, I've only actually entered 2 fitness competitions in my life. So it's not like my whole life. You know, I train lots because I love to train, and I'm extremely athletic. So the fact that was focused on did really frustrate me, because there's a lot more to me than that. I think people related to Sarah a little more. She really did play that well. She kind of tried to make Amanda and I look like we were like pageant queens, and that we weren't there for the wrestling. But really, would I have traveled 20 hours across the globe to enter a wrestling competition if I was not interested in wrestling? It doesn't make sense to me. If I wanted to be a bikini model the rest of my life, then I could easily do that. So yeah, I hope people see that. Yeah, I'm definitely in it for the wrestling side of things. I want to have a future in WWE, not bikini modeling.
Okay. Now, on the very last episode that you were with, you had a match that was against Tanner, and then everybody had matches. Do you feel like the two of you were maybe at a bit of an unfair advantage in this challenge, since you guys had to prepare for a match that doesn't happen in the WWE anymore? We don't see males versus females. What would you have done differently to get the crowd to realize in that match that you were the face?
Yeah, well, I definitely would have preferred to be the heel in that match. I feel like that I play that better, and I would have been able to showcase my personality a bit more. But I was happy to be paired up with Tanner, because when it comes to the in-ring stuff, he's a lot more confident with it than other people in the competition. Sarah, for instance, when I was paired with Sarah, it did make me a little bit more nervous, because she didn't feel comfortable in the ring, and it kind of throws you off when you're paired with someone who's not relaxed and doesn't know what's happening. So it was good to be with Tanner for that reason. He's very athletic, and we were able to make a good story out of it, with it being male and female. Yeah, I enjoyed that challenge, and I'm glad that I got another week in the competition to experience it, because that was like our first mini match, and now I've got a feel for it. I really want more. But I think Tanner played the heel well in that situation, so yeah.
All right, now you touched on earlier a little bit of frustration with the whole voting thing. We've also, 3 of us have been very frustrated with the way that the voting process has worked throughout. So we usually ask the former contestants, what would you like to see Tough Enough do differently moving forward with the show? How do you think it would be better produced?
Yeah, the voting situation was frustrating. I mean, the time difference didn't work in my favor for back home in the UK. So it's like 10 a.m. In Australia when the voting goes live, so everyone's at work. And I think it's 1, 2 a.m. in the morning in the UK. So definitely didn't work in my favor. So perhaps if they're going to do live voting, keep the voting open for a whole day so that people all around the world get the chance to vote. Or I would love to see the coaches make the decision, because they're with us 24/7. They get to see us in the ring and at the challenges. They know who's the weakest link, and I believe they should have control of who goes home.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, they're the experts. I mean, we're fans and we love wrestling, and obviously, with having a podcast, we're very big fans of wrestling. But none of us have ever been in a ring. None of us have taken a bump. None of us have ever had a match. So, for people like us,
they know what to look for.
Right, exactly. I mean, if something's really bad, I can say that didn't look right. But if it's anything, minute or minuscule, I don't think of you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I do feel like it turned out to be a little bit of a popularity contest, and you see that all over online. It was more about who people loved as a person than who was the best who was the most skilled, and who would have potential in becoming a diva and remaining a diva. So what can you do, though? You know, I know I gave everything 100%, and I think I've done enough to leave my mark now.
Yeah, when we actually had Patrick Clark on after he was eliminated, and he referenced, I think Mick Foley reached out and it said that, you know, you made a kind of a mistake in thinking it was a wrestling competition and not a reality show, that this is definitely like a reality-based show with the voting and everything like that, very The Voice or American Idol or something along those lines, rather than more a talent competition. And we had often said, even with the judges, you know, you have 3 trainers, 3 judges. The judges aren't really necessary. How we would have rather seen the trainers who are with you guys be the judges.
Exactly, I would have loved that as well. It would have made sense.
Right.
Now, you know, sadly, your time on the show did come to an end, and you know, as the show progressed, we really thought that you were going to win it. You know, we thought that you were putting some of the best work out there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What was your biggest takeaway from your time on the show, and how will you take that and take everything you've learned on the show and use it moving forward?
You know, I had so many moments that stood out to me on the competition. Stories and memories that are going to stick with me forever, like appearing on Raw. That was an incredible thing, and all the legends that I got to meet, and everyone that gave so much of their time. Like, I couldn't believe it. But something that I've learned on the competition would be, like I said, just say yes. You know, take up opportunities. I'm going to definitely continue to do this, and every opportunity I get with wrestling from now on, I'm going to run with it. I'm going to run with what's being given to me, because I've got a platform now that I've been put on, and I've got an amazing fan base. So I'm going to use it to my advantage. I'm going to keep on going, and hopefully you haven't seen the last of Gigi.
Now, through the time spent with Tough Enough, you had met a lot of WWE superstars, both past and present. Seth Rollins, John Cena, Cesaro, all of the judges. Who do you feel taught you the most valuable lesson during the show?
Oh, gosh. That's a good question. I learned lots of things from everyone. Chris Jericho taught us a lot about storytelling and you know, slowing down when you're in the ring and embracing every little moment to make sure that you tell a great story. That was definitely something that stood out to me, because amongst all the craziness and trying to learn the moves and get that down pat, like, I think for a while there I forgot, hey, you've got to enjoy yourself and you've got to make other people enjoy this. So that's something that I'm going to remember moving forward with wrestling, is remember why we're doing this in the first place, and that is first and foremost to entertain. But Lita is a wonderful woman, and I'm so glad to have met her. She's definitely empowering to me. Everything that she went through with the WWE, her accident and hurting herself, like in that match that she had to get up and carry on, was extremely inspirational to me. So she's definitely someone that I look up to, and would love to stay in contact with.
I mean, I was going to ask you about Jericho breaking down that match, because Jericho and Shawn Michaels are two of my absolute favorites, so I'm absolutely jealous that you got to sit there and listen to that story.
It was amazing. He spent the night with us at the back.
No, I heard it on his podcast, so I didn't get to see it. I saw him at the barracks, so I didn't get to see him break down the match. I would have loved to see that, but yeah, we did see him at the barracks with you guys.
Yeah, it just amazed me that that everyone was willing to give so much of their time, and you can see that